Hi and congratulations for having completed the 3 video projects. I hope that you enjoyed creating them all along. So in this section we're going to cover everything that I didn't get the chance to talk about during the projects and also recap the important things to remember. So let's start with the compromise between design quality and productivity. So design is very important and it really depends on the purpose of your video and what you will use it for. Generally speaking, ugly videos are always bad. A lot of viewers quickly lose interest when videos are not beautiful, but they don't necessarily have to be overly fancy either. The more attention you pay to design, the longer it will take you to create your videos, and you will soon encounter a problem of productivity. So you will have to make a compromise. Is that level of quality really necessary for what you're using your video for? Let me give you an example. Right now I'm doing an online course, and as you can see, my design right now is extremely basic. And this course itself already has about 4 hours of content. Some of my other courses are done fully with PowerPoint videos, and their design is average. But it's still more beautiful than the standard of most online courses. So if you look at the overall market of online courses like here on Udemy, when instructors use slides instead of their head or screencasting, the design level is very low. But it doesn't prevent them from getting great reviews and selling a lot of their courses. Why? Well, the answer is very simple. In online courses, the content is key. It's not about design. If you have great design, it's a nice to have feature which will slightly differentiate you from most of the other courses. It will give you a competitive advantage. But if your content itself is already great, you probably don't need to spend that much time on visual design. Students will love the course because they are learning useful stuff. However, if you take 2 courses which have exactly the same quality of content, then the one which has better design will sell more. Now, on the other hand, if you're doing a corporate presentation video to explain how a certain product works, or you're making a promo video, you definitely need to put great focus on design. That's because you have to make an impact. The videos must be efficient. That's why you'll focus both on content and visual design. And you can do that because these kind of videos are relatively short, anywhere between 2 and 10 minutes. But you can't apply the same level of visual design to an online course where you have several hours of video. That just makes sense. And so then in the middle you have YouTube videos. What level of design do you need for them? Well, it really depends on your niche. There are some very competitive niches where the visual design is very high, but most of it is average. There are countless YouTube channels which have millions of subscribers and they use average visual design in their videos. Once again, they just have good content and their design is clean, right? So clean is the main keyword here and concept that I'm trying to convey to you. For online courses and most YouTube videos, you don't need to make overly complex and fancy video design, but it must be clean. And of course, the content is always key. And there are several guidelines to follow in order to avoid the basic mistakes that many video creators do. Unfortunately, most people have no clue about basic design principles, but they try to be creative and they end up creating messy slides which don't look cohesive at all. And trust me, I was originally very bad at design, and even today I don't consider myself good at it. I just apply the principles that I learned over time, but I still don't have that design creativity in me that I know some people have. So it means that whatever your level in design, you can also learn it to reach an acceptable level just like I did. Now let me show you some of my own examples so you understand what I'm talking about. Here's one of my YouTube videos on my channel about startup strategies, and it's about Airbnb business model innovation. This particular video is rather popular. It's very well ranked in search results and has a relatively high and consistent audience retention. So I structured my script in a nice condensed way to keep people's attention and interest throughout the video, but in this course I'm talking about design. So let's analyze the visual design. As you can see, it's pretty basic. I created a business model canvas and I'm adding icons and titles to it as I'm explaining Airbnb's innovation strategy. And when I need to get out of the business model itself, I use screenshots or simply very big images that take all the video space. That's mainly it. There are some other illustrations that I created, but really nothing fancy on this video itself. It's just clean and concise. It makes sense. Then I have a similar kind of video where I'm talking about Amazon, Tinder and Spotify business model innovations, and here I did use some basic graphics with icons, arrows, timelines and titles so that the viewers easily understand what I'm saying. And now if you watch this video, this stuff will seem easy to do for you, because now you know how to do that since you've taken this course. So yeah, these graphics are easy to do. They're not even as elaborate as the projects that we did in this course. And that's because this is exactly the level of graphics that I need to produce in order to have good enough YouTube videos that people like, while not spending an outrageous amount of time to create them. Right? So we're back to that balance between the time you spend creating these videos and the results you get from them. So always think about who you are doing these videos for, how competitive is that niche in terms of video design, and how demanding are the viewers when it comes to the visual complexity of your animations. But even if it's low, like in online courses, you should still strive to have clean visuals, right? Remember the word clean. And finally, you will also realize that once you come up with a certain design concept the first time, you can then reproduce similar videos much faster all the next times, because you will reuse that concept, reuse the colors, the fonts, the styles, the icons, the infographics that you created, etc. So now let's see all the guidelines that you should follow in order to have that minimal clean design that I'm talking about.